to be bought. Let's watch some of Nick Shirley.
I am here in Nuuk, Greenland. I will be asking the Greenlanders here how they feel about potentially becoming part of the United States. Donald Trump recently has been very persistent about the idea of making Greenland part of the United States, saying that the United States needs Greenland for national security purposes. Currently, Greenland is an autonomous territory of the Denmark Kingdom. However, most recently, the Prime Minister of Greenland has said that he wants to seek independence from Denmark, making this situation even more interesting. Greenland has key trading routes in the Arctic Circle for countries like Russia, China, Canada, the United States, making Greenland a pivotal spot in the talks of geopolitics. And this is not the first time the United States has tried to buy or acquire Greenland. In 1946, after World War II, the president at the time tried to buy Greenland for $100 million. Now let's go talk to the people here in Greenland. How do you guys feel about becoming part of the United States?
It's good.
Would you rather be a part of the United States or Denmark?
United States.
And you? United States or Denmark?
United States.
What makes you guys excited about potentially becoming a part of the United States?
McDonald's.
McDonald's.
We want fast food.
Is Greenland for sale?
No, we don't want McDonald's here.
He will take all our resources from our nature and just use it for money.
Greenland is only for Greenland,
But you guys are controlled by Denmark.
in some part.
Good or bad idea for Greenland to become a part of the United States?
USA and Greenland, I think it's okay. It's good.
Is Greenland for sale?
No, definitely not. And it will never be.
What if Donald Trump does buy Greenland somehow, some way?
He won't. Greenland is for the Greenlanders. And we don't want to be twice colonized.
And remember these two girls, as we will talk to them later in this video about how China has made their own attempt to gain territory inside of Greenland.
Do you think Donald Trump will buy Greenland?
No, we are not for sale, but understand him fully that he's protecting our right to self-determination. And he said he will tariff Denmark if they don't respect it. So that's very good for Greenland. Denmark threatens us with taking away our right to health and education.
Really? So you wouldn't be that mad if Donald Trump did buy Greenland?
He can't. But we will certainly cooperate with the United States. We already do.
How much would you bet that Donald Trump does not buy Greenland?
My fortune.
Your fortune.
I don't want to be American. I don't want to be Dane.
So what do you want to see happen with Greenland?
I think it's natural what's going on. We've been working for self-determination for many years. We have experienced some pressure from the coming president from US, but that should not shock us. That should not shake us in our work and wishes to realize our self-determination. So it's not about Denmark, it's not about US, it's about Greenland. Our problem is that we are situated geopolitical in the middle of two big superpowers.
Greenland could be looked at as a very vulnerable country, as there's only 57,000 citizens here.
But it doesn't matter how few or how many we are. This is our country, and it has been, we have taken care of this long before any people could live here.
Yeah.
That's part of our heritage.
All right, we're going to break up this. This is a long clip. We'll play the rest of it, but I'm going to get Enzo in here. Enzo, why should we support getting Greenland?
All right, so you can see I got my Make Greenland America hat on because it's cold as fuck. So why we should have Greenland? There's plenty of reasons. We can go the easy route and say it's just for the minerals and the trade routes, or we can go the route that everyone should really be focusing on is because of our adversaries having access to the United States. Put it this way, if NATO was not a thing, Greenland would be the only thing that's standing between us and Russia. You control Greenland, you control the war. It's not about just the submarines and the territorial waters off of the coast of Greenland. That's a part of it. But for us to go into World War III, or even we can look at it historically, look at World War II. Why did the United States win against the Japanese? Is because we owned so many islands in the Pacific. We had the logistics to keep that war going. The Japanese did not. That's why logistics wins wars. And by having Greenland as a part of us and having our bases there and having territorial control over those waters, we have a jump from there to the mainland of Europe where the Russians would not. They would not be able to logistically hold and take on the United States at our home. This is the point that we're at in the world right now. Like I said before, if NATO didn't do what they did in the 90s with Russia and Putin, we would not be adversaries with Russia. They would not be arming themselves like they are to fight the United States, as well as with the help with China. We go into a major world war again. It's not going to be all these countries helping the United States. I'm sorry to say it. There's probably going to be like 3 countries that come to bat with the United States. The rest are going to fold within weeks to months. So this is just a major strategic part to get us to not be able to get to that point, as well as controlling the oil from Venezuela. This all falls into with each other to stop what China and Russia are trying to do for 27 and 29 by taking Taiwan, as well as their further advances into Ukraine or Russia, as they fear with the Russians. But
that's a very good answer. And like, if anyone has questions and you want him to elaborate, please send a super chat. In the meantime, while y'all send in those super chats, we'll watch the rest of Nick Shirley's clip.
And we have our rights.
In the past 4 years, the United States has given over $200 billion to countries like Ukraine, Israel, whether that be through military aid or financial aid. $200 billion is a lot of money. Yeah. So that goes to show that we have a lot of money. If Donald Trump were to offer you guys $5 billion, and you guys have 57,000 residents here, each resident would get around $100,000. Would you guys become United States citizens for $100,000?
No, I think not. Not me.
What do you think about Donald Trump wanting to buy Greenland?
I think it's a joke.
It is interesting as somebody who's from the United States, because he did campaign on a lot of things, but he never brought up the idea of buying Greenland or taking over the Panama Canal, so it's kind of a new idea right now. Why do you think Donald Trump wants to take Greenland?
I think it's only because of the base, Thule base, because he's afraid of somebody's going to use it if they're not.
Would you feel more secure knowing that you have the largest military in the world, that being the United States?
No. I don't want the military in Greenland. We don't have anything to do with war, and we will never have something to do with it.
So are you worried that if Donald Trump does buy Greenland, war could...
He cannot buy Greenland, I'm pretty sure.
And what would happen if the military of the United States did show up here on your shores? What would the reaction be of the Greenlanders?
I think people is going to be afraid because, like I said, Greenland have nothing to do with war, and we will never have something to do with war.
The Prime Minister of Greenland did say he is ready to talk with Donald Trump.
Yeah.
Does that concern you at all?
Not at all, because he's only saying it so if they want to expand on the Thule, because it's already written that they can expand and do whatever they want up there. So I'm not afraid of that.
Okay, so you're not afraid, even though your Prime Minister said he's ready to talk?
No, I'm not afraid.
Say the United States offered to buy Greenland for $5 billion. That would give you around $90,000 or upwards of $100,000. Would you become a United States citizen for $100,000?
No, I wouldn't.
How do you feel about the United States wanting to buy Greenland?
It's ridiculous.
And why do you think it's ridiculous?
Because it's not for sale.
What would it take for you to want to become a part of the United States?
Nothing.
And why wouldn't you want to become part of the United States?
Maybe taxes, the healthcare system.
Greenland is very interesting because you guys are in the Arctic Circle, and you guys are the largest island in the world, and you guys have the bridge between the United States, Canada, and Russia.
Yeah.
So do you think Donald Trump wants to buy Greenland in preparation if there's a World War III to break out?
Yeah, but the thing is, Greenland is a very peaceful place. I don't think it's fitting to get some weapons imported.
Okay, so that'd be kind of your fear, is that if Donald Trump were to buy Greenland, it might cause some tensions here in Greenland.
Joke's on them. We already have a base there, I'm pretty sure. Right, Mia? Yeah, so joke's on them. Mia, what do you think about everything you just heard? Should we make Greenland great again?
I mean, it's pretty on par with them. A lot of them are native Greenlanders, whether they're descendants of like Inuits or whatnot. I mean, a lot of them don't want us there. And I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. However, I mean, it is what it is. They're too small to have much of a voice at this point in time, and the United States is the last superpower on the planet, and we're going to do what we want to do regardless. I hope there could be some sort of agreement. As I told you guys earlier, my prediction is we will enter into a stewardship where we get into an agreement with the Danish kingdom saying there's going to be certain parts of the island that we are effectively going to oversee and control regardless of what you say, and we'll kick you back some money once we start drilling for the minerals. That's how I think it's going to go down. And I think, unfortunately, Greenlanders don't have a pot to piss in and they don't have a voice, because at the end of the day, Greenland is still a territory of Denmark. Denmark controls all of their purse strings. They're the ones that enable them to have universal health care, any sort of pension benefits that they have, because Greenland's economy is so small and there's less than 60,000 people. So unfortunately, I do feel bad for them. They're not going to get any sort of autonomy. It just doesn't exist due to their geopolitical situation in the world. So, I mean, they should just get used to the fact that the United States will be stewards at minimum of certain parts of that country. And the deal has already been done with Denmark. They might as well just get used to it now.
And this is a visual representation, because everybody's visual, why we should get Greenland. Don't cheat. Welcome, Kimberly. So now that we hear the explanation, do you understand why we need Greenland? Is it a picture painting for you, or are you confused now more than ever?
No, that looks like a parody to me. What have you guys gone over so far? I'm sorry to be late.
A lot. We're on Greenland right now. So
it's not a parody. Basically everything that she pointed out on that board, 99% of that was actual fact. That's in reality. Like, you can look up the LaShark in 2019 that did catch fire, that we did lose, the buildup of the troops in Russia ever since the fall of the Soviet Union. That is all true. Kriegen, again, the one base that we've had, that the only place we can support our nuclear submarines. All of that is true. Yeah, it's a show in a movie that what they're showing, but it's based off of real life events.
So no, I get the factualness of that, but that looked like somebody playing Hillary Clinton to me, and it's like right. So it's like, sure, there are half truths to everything. Did you guys go over the Canadian Prime Minister's speech at Davos?
Yeah, we're way past.
Damn it!
We're on Greenland right now.
Greenland comes off as MAGA fear mongering to me. MAGA usually likes to throw out the fear mongering thing. Russia can't beat Ukraine, which is smaller than Texas. But they tell us all these scary things about Russia. I've looked at the videos of I want you guys to go look at the videos of the Russian equipment that they have used to fight Ukraine with. They pull out these old ass missile launchers. They've gotten 10 Russian generals shot in the face. Every leader who goes to the front line to lead Russia dies a tragic death in a month. When's the last time you ever heard of an American general being shot in the face?
Did you guys?
It doesn't happen because we don't happen. Greenland has become MAGA fear mongering. They're like, oh, but if we don't have it, we're gonna be taken over by Russia through the Arctic. MAGA has fear mongered their way into thinking that we need Greenland, and they like to use it. So it's crazy.
I don't think it's like take over. I think it's just logistics speaking. The last thing we need is an intercontinental missile hitting us. So I think at the end of the day, even if we don't take over Greenland, even if we come to a stewardship agreement saying, hey, there are certain parts that we would like to oversee of this island, we'll kick you back money for drilling or whatever we do, and we'll give the citizens some money as compensation if it encounters any of their towns. But at the end of the day, we are in World War III. Just because we haven't said it out loud doesn't mean it's not existing. Doesn't mean we haven't been fighting it for years now with chess moves and chess pieces.
Mia, you have a great understanding of America's missile defense system, and you know the likelihood of us getting hit with a transcontinental missile is almost non-existent. We may have the best defenses. Go look it up. Go watch the videos. It's on YouTube. And that's just the stuff they tell you. We have
Israel had an Iron Dome, and that didn't stop the Hamas gliders coming in.
Israel's the size of New Jersey.
I mean,
Israel's
there was
the size
also
of New Jersey.
a lynch order to stand down.
Border with Hamas. You would have to go across the ocean to attack us.
You would be a fool to think anything is indefensible and unprotectable. The Titanic was unsinkable and it sunk.
What about Russia has given you guys the idea that they could beat us in a fight when they can't beat someone smaller than Texas?
Why are we thinking Russia? I'm worried about the Chinese, bro.
That's what I was just going to say.
About the Chinese.
Here's
what about China has given you fear? What about China has given you fear?
Hold on, I'll tell you. So yes, we can take Russia, but here's the thing: Russia has a madman as president who will hit that dead man switch and launch nuclear weapons at any cost. I don't want to go into war with Russia. I don't want to go into war with China. I'd rather beat them on the economic front. So again, we can go back to controlling the territorial waters of the trade in of Greenland as well. That's one way we can economically cripple Russia as well. Right, we'll never be going to war directly with Russia or China if we make these chess moves correctly. And here's the thing: we need both of it. We need to protect the Pacific and as well as the Atlantic, because if World War III pops off, you're going to have attacks from both fronts. If you control one of the fronts, you're going to win that war. We've seen this already. We've already done this before. We're experts in this. We're not going to fight a two-front war. We're at a disadvantage this time. We learned from World War II. So by doing this is the one step closer to us controlling that if it ever came down to it. It's not MAGA fear-mongering in the slightest, because this is things that I've been saying my entire life. That we need to get out of NATO, that we need to have control over our entire hemisphere the exact same way we have control basically over the entire Pacific right now. That's the only thing we really have control over, and that's how we'll combat China.
Before people jump in, we need to give Kimberly a chance to speak. Kimberly, go ahead. We talking about Greenland. We passed Canada, girl. Meet us at Greenland.
No, that's okay. Well, it's related because what's been going on in Davos, honestly, I ran like 3 lights to get here because this is so entertaining for me. Why even watch movies or TV shows like that stupid one you just put on right now? Sorry, whoever watches that show. But the Prime Minister of Canada basically called our bluff because Trump tacoed so hard on Greenland that he no longer has a penis where his genitalia is. It's a fucking taco now because of how he fucking tacoed on Greenland. Anytime the markets sway a little bit, he fucking chickens out. And the whole premise of the speech from the Prime Minister of Greenland is honestly like I'm wagging my tail. It was so beautiful. It's hard to believe that it's real life.
Really, girl? We couldn't get through 1 minute of that shit. That shit
he was basically just calling our bluff and saying that there is no world order based on rules, because we hold ourselves and our friends to a different standard that we hold the rest of the world. And him saying that out loud is like, okay, the only people who really needed to hear that are Americans, because Americans are the only ones with their head up so far up their ass that they think that US hegemony is eternal. It's not. People are already weaning off of the petrodollar. This whole idea that we need Greenland for oil or resources. Why do we need more oil or resources? To feed the war machine. And the whole so he was calling out the bluff of the illegal economic sanctions that we put on other countries, which we have, for example, on Cuba for over 70 years. And yes, it's also partly their doing, but us choking them out and impoverishing them, and what we do to Venezuela and how we did with Syria and how we're trying to do with Iran, because the only reason that their economy completely crashed in December was because Donald Trump enforced and strengthened those economic sanctions that they already had on Iran existingly right now. So back to Greenland, which actually had a lot to do with the speech from the the Prime Minister of Canada. Honestly, I don't know what obviously, I think all countries are self-interested, but that speech is so groundbreaking to me. Like, it's like, I'm telling you, it's like we're watching a freaking movie, because he's basically calling Americans bluff. And it's really hard to believe that we don't see it, because the next time I hear somebody say that we're going to save Iran because we need to bring democracy to Iran, give me a break. That is such bullshit, because that's the only standard that the United States gives themselves. And I said this during the 2020 election. I thought Donald Trump was going to win. And I said, the only silver lining that I see to Donald Trump winning is the accelerationist theory that everything needs to get worse before it gets better. And we're seeing it now with this second Trump administration, because he is so fucking insane and he is so fucking moronic that the Prime Minister of Canada, literally a fucking banker and a centrist and a Harvard alumni, not a fucking working class hero, called our motherfucking bluff. And Donald Trump's response to that was so childish and so stupid. He was like, Canada better be quiet because we give them. Oh my God, I never thought I would say this, but I miss Barack Obama. I think he's the worst president of my lifetime. I wish I would have seen an eloquent, well-spoken response to that speech from the Prime Minister, because of all this fucking kerfuffle and bullshit that Donald Trump is going around stirring up, starting problems, and expanding the military budget and all this for fucking what? US hegemony is not eternal. And we can't just go around saying or blaming other countries that Russia's bad and Iran is bad and North Korea is bad. We're the fucking worst. The United States is the biggest fucking bully. Since World War II, you can't name anything that we've done that is good for the world.
This is what Ryan had to say. He probably wasn't talking about you though, Kimberly. He said they don't know anything. They don't know anything about anything, especially Kamal. Kamal, okay. You are the apolitical one of the group. Tell me, you've heard both sides. You've heard the pros, the cons, and the in-between. Should we take Greenland?
Well, first of all, look, Ryan, I said be nice, but now I'm taking off the goddamn gloves. I know you got 6ix9ine in your name, but look it, I ain't into that stuff, bro. Go try to get somebody else meat in your mouth, bro. This nigga Stay got my name and Doc's name in his goddamn mouth. God damn, right? Shit. We don't like that shit, okay? Damn. Go play with your mama titties or something. Shit. Anyway, this is my thing. Greenland, you're not gonna get no fucking money. I'm telling you right now. America got a lot of debt to owe. You feel me? I don't even need to tell y'all my mindset. Hold on, y'all think y'all gonna get some money before you know us Black Americans? Shout out to Kelly. What's cracking? And I'll be damn get the 100,000. F all that, you feel me? But I do get both sides, you feel me? Because Doc does make a great point. It ain't gonna be us going into the wars and shit like that. It's gonna be his son and shit. Or the people that are old enough to get drafted, they gonna be the ones fighting the war and shit, and we gonna be in our comfortable houses and shit. So I do get what Doc is saying with that. But I also get what Enzo's saying, you feel me? This is a prime piece of land for us to win the fucking war if it is in World War III. Okay? And I don't know. I ain't trying to lose. God damn it, I don't want to speak no goddamn Chinese. What the fuck?
Or Russian.
You feel me? You feel me? I just said hello to y'all. All right? In Russian. All right? But I'm just saying, you feel me? I want America to win because that motherfucker owe me some money. Okay? And I'm telling you right now, Greenland people, if y'all anywhere from Greenland listening and stuff like that, America ain't gonna pay y'all. You feel me? They gonna drill, get all the resources. They gonna be, yeah, we got you next Friday. Next Friday come around, Greenland gonna be like, where's the money? I got you on next Thursday. You ain't getting the money. I'm telling you right now. That ain't happening. And my